Hey, what's up guys, Adam here, and first things first, Happy New Year to you guys. I know it's again been a long while since I've made another video. I had my final exam for this semester as of yesterday, so I'm completely exam free now until I officially start my next semester. But as I mentioned before, I hope the new year has actually kicked off very well for you guys. So today I got an interesting product for you. It's actually a long weighted review, to be honest, and it's going to be the Bosch DAB portable radio. So let's go ahead and take a look at this product. So starting off with the design of the radio, it's a very simple design. It's a unibody style plastic with black plastic on the front and white plastic on the back. So on the front of the device is where you're going to find your input buttons. So you're going to have your volume up and volume down. You're going to have your tune left and tune right. And you're also going to have your select button right in the middle. And on the left hand side is where you're going to find your 2-inch dot matrix display. So on the left hand side, you're going to find your headphone jack. Now the thing with this device is that it doesn't have a built-in speaker, so you need to use the portable radio with a pair of headphones or through an auxiliary lead into a speaker, because the antenna from that speaker not only acts as the aerial, but it also allows you to transfer the audio from the actual radio itself to a pair of headphones or to a speaker. And depending on the length and the quality of the headphone cable or the auxiliary cable that you're using will almost determine the amount of signal strength that you'll actually get from the device. Now when I turn on the radio, as you can see, you're greeted with the date and time, but the first time you actually go ahead and power up this unit, you'll have the option to go ahead and scan for available radio stations. And as I mentioned before, if you have a decent auxiliary cable or headphone jack, you'll get all of these stations that are available in your area. Now, if you're someone who does a lot of traveling or travels from city to city, then you have to bear in mind that you will have to keep rescanning each time you go to another city, because they might have a different option of radio stations, and there might be stations that are in one area that are not in another. So you need to go ahead and make sure you rescan if you're either driving to a different city or a different country for that matter. So you're gonna have to be aware to go ahead and rescan the radio so you can actually pick up on those signals that are available in that area. And if you want to go ahead and scan through the stations that are available, you simply use the tune left or tune right or tune plus or tune minus to go ahead and skip through all of the available stations. And of course, you're able to adjust the volume levels using the volume controls on the navigation panel. So not only do you have the access to DAB radio, if you're somewhere that has either no DAB available or you have a weak DAB signal in that area, then you can always decide to switch the unit back to the traditional FM radio, and you're still able to get signals from there. And to go ahead and do that, all you have to do is simply skip through by pressing the select button several times to cycle through all of the available options. And on these options, you also have the option to go ahead and see the frequency that's coming through, the name of the track that's currently playing on the DAB station, as well as your battery level indicator. And that pretty much sums up the DAB radio. Now, why would you want to go ahead and get your hands on a device such as this? Well, many countries are starting to make the switch now, the very slow switch, mind you, from FM or AM radio or analog radio to DAB radio. And what DAB radio allows you to do is get a lot more access to more channels rather than the typical 8 to 9 channels that you tend to get on FM radio, which I'll be honest, are very few and far between. There aren't that many choices on the standard FM radio. But this is going to let you have a lot more options. Now, the reason why I got my hands on one is because I wanted one fitted in the car. Now, the thing is that when you're going ahead and buying a DAB radio now, because they're still fairly expensive, and even in the cabinet fitted in the car is even more expensive than having, say, a standalone radio at home, I was getting prices such as like £150, £200 for the labor and the fitting, and it just really wasn't worth the investment. I'm not someone that watches or listens to a lot of DAB radio all in one go. I tend to listen to it now and then, but it's nice to have it as an addition. So I actually went ahead and got myself one of these cheap portable radios, and they come in at £25, whether they be on Amazon or eBay, and even in store as well. So you want to go ahead and purchase one of those. I'll leave all the links in the description down below so you can go ahead and check it out. So this device was really useful for me because I didn't have to go ahead and spend that extra money just to have someone go ahead and take the signal conversion and convert to digital in the car, when I could just simply use one of these devices here and connect the auxiliary to my additional car stereo that I already have, or my aftermarket car stereo that I have in the car already, and I can simply use the auxiliary from this device to that. And not only will I be able to hear it through the auxiliary input on the stereo, but I could also get my antenna signals from the auxiliary lead itself. So anyway guys, this has been the full review of the Bosch DAB radio. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you found it useful. And anyway guys, I'll catch you in the next tech video. Bye for now.